The Auditeria renovation in Glen Lake was really near and dear to my heart because of my background in the performing arts. I'd been in plays in high school and in opera in college. And so to look at some of the equipment that we were using at Glen Lake and that was just so far past its shelf life, the need was very, very evident to me as the administrator in charge of performing arts. And there was a great desire on the part of the community to fix this. The problem was what solution to go with. And so we had some board members who were advocating, like, let's just solve the problem. We can throw $10,000 at this. We'll get some new speakers and we'll be good. We have other community members who were proposing a dedicated performing arts center being constructed, which would cost upwards of $2 to $3 million, and every solution in between.
To make this even more complicated, people have been arguing about the different solutions for years. There were hurt feelings, people were feeling disenfranchised, disconnected from the process because there was no process, and they were beginning to accuse each other of not caring about the arts at all if the person on the other side didn't subscribe to the same solution that I felt. So it all added to the complexity and the dysfunction of trying to get any solution to move forward at all.
So for me, trying to navigate this, and stakeholders who are very, very passionately advocating for their preferred solution, not wanting to compromise either on cost or on quality, how do you do that? And especially when you're looking at this transition that's taking place right now from a technical standpoint of analog equipment being phased out, you've got digital systems being put in, the old incandescent bulbs versus the newer LED equipment that was coming online and is more commonly available now. I didn't necessarily have the proficiency to be making these really specific decisions as far as what equipment's going to perform best in this environment. So it really gave us an opportunity to reach out to a partner, which we found with Rick Stewart and his company. And so bringing Rick in as a consultant was a huge strategic win for us, that he was excited to be working with us. And we were then able to get together, Rick and I, to put together 3 different proposals to take to the board. What they would actually prefer to call the Chevrolet, the Buick, and the Cadillac proposals. 3 different scenarios that we could do that would all definitely push the envelope in terms of our ability to have high quality performing arts events, but also came in at 3 very different price points. And what was neat to see is the amount of discussion that took place from that starting point to figure out what would be best, what would best meet the needs of all of the stakeholders. So managing that project was just as much about managing people as it was about managing the actual operations, about that, the vendors coming in, contractors, electrical, all of the nuts and bolts that go into a project of that magnitude, tearing out 30-year-old wiring and equipment and putting in the new equipment. And it was exciting to see that happen. Ultimately, the project was very successful, and the kids are able to now use that equipment, and we'll be able to use it for generations to come. And so it was neat to be a part of that and to be able to partner with people in the industry to get a project that everyone could feel good about and see it through to completion.